So we'll perform this exercise. You can also do the same along with me. The exercise is Docker backup and restore. So first make sure that the none of the containers are running so that it doesn't conflict when we do our exercises. So we do not have any containers running on my laptop, and that is on my VM, and even there is no image in the container in the VM. Now I'll create a first VM, first container. So what I'm doing here is I'm running in a detached mode. I'll bind port 8080. Okay, inside the container it will be on port 80. I'm giving my container a name my nginx, and it will use the nginx latest image. Okay, it will download it from Docker Hub. So it didn't find the image locally, so it is downloading from Docker Hub, and after that it will start the container, and the container name will be my nginx. Okay, so sudo docker ps. So we can see a container is running on port 8080. If you do curl localhost, it will give the default page of nginx. Okay, so this is the default container which we got from the uh, Docker Hub. But what we'll do is we'll just modify it. For modifying, what we'll do is we'll go inside the container. So the command would be first let's check the container ID docker ps sudo docker exec hyphen it. Okay, the container ID slash bin bash. Okay, we are inside the container, and what we will do is we'll just modify the index.html file. So we'll just do echo hello inside that file. Okay, so usr share nginx html, this is the location where we have the default html page, where we'll just do echo hello world inside it. So inside the container also we can try to access it. It will be available on port 80. Now it shows hello world. Let's also check outside call localhost 8080. So what we have done now is we have created a custom image, custom HTML page. Okay, index.html. Now let's after making the changes, let's create its backup. Okay, so the for the command for that is this one. Okay, so but before taking the backup, let's stop the container. Sudo docker ps sudo docker stop the container id. Okay, now if you see, we do not have any container running. The only container we have is in a stop state. Okay, my nginx. Now let's take its backup. So the backup is very easy. So what we are doing is we are just exporting the image. We know the image name in Docker PS. We will get the container name. Okay, so we are exported container as a tar backup. Okay, so if you see, it has created a tar. Okay, so this nginx backup dot tar is created. Now what we will do is we'll again do some cleanup. Sudo docker ps hyphen a sudo docker images. Cleanup is necessary to understand this backup and restore. So sudo docker stop. So it's already stopped. Just remove the container. Similarly, docker images, just remove the image. Sudo docker rmi the image ID. Okay. So if you see, we do not have anything running or in a stop state. Even the images are not there. So we have a clean system, and let's restore this backup. Okay, nginx backup will just restore it now. And if you see that size of it, sudo -chs nginx backup.tar, we can see it is almost 188, 181 MB. Okay. So to import it, what we'll have to do is import means we are just restoring it now. We have taken a backup, we have kept it as a tar file, okay, a kind of a zip file. Now just to earlier we did docker export, now what we'll do is docker import. Okay, this hyphen sign is there, so we'll give the image the name as my nginx restored. Okay, and the latest tag we will add to it. Okay, and we'll restore it from the backup which we created, that is nginx backup.tar. Okay, so this is the command to import the backup. So if you see docker images, we can see we have imported an image. Okay, and the image name is my nginx restored. We can give any name. Okay, and we are given it as a tag, but it didn't start the container. Okay, we have just taken the backup and we have imported it. If you see in docker ps nothing is running. Okay, now we'll run this container whatever we imported now. Okay, that is the image, and the command would be this. Okay, so what we are doing is we are running it on port 8080 and the image which we are using is restored one. Okay, and if you see docker ps now, we have our restored image. Okay, and if you do now curl localhost 8080, we can see the hello world. That is our image is restored properly. Okay, so if anyone has question